What's up, everybody? Mogi Monster here, and welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as I like to call it. I'm here with my lovely co-host, Iron Dogger. Welcome. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Yeah, we're not late. We're not late.
On time.
No. See, Joe, we're not late.
On the spot.
You have YouTube on. You have to turn it off. Yeah, I pay attention to chat. So, and you guys. And it is an 11 o'clock show on Thursday nights, guys. Eastern, 10 Central, 9, Mountain, and 8 Pacific. It's been that way for 90 shows, maybe something around there. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. I see Chev is here. Remio, what's up? Jenny Metz, Joe Parker, Mike's Adventures. What's up, Mike? Hilton, what's going on, Hilton? Mr. Lee 3PO, what's going on the other side of the pond?
I think he's coming.
Bigfoot and I, what's up? It just showed up at like 10:41 start, or yeah. Well, I go on it, like I go into StreamYard. It usually I'll 20 minutes before, but whatever pops up, I know the one screen pops up, and the chat pops up, and then I don't know what's the issue. Well, it pops up saying that, oh yeah, I guess you guys, it doesn't, I guess I have to put it down as like a premiere or something or some shit. I don't know. I have to look into that. I've been doing the same thing forever, it's like I'm pushing the same wrong buttons and, who else did I miss? Papa Craig, what's up? Hey, Rex. Blue-Eyed Northern, I think I said hi to you.
Judy.
Quick Witty. Hey, buddy, it wasn't our connection. Apparently, it was all of YouTube was affected that night. Every live show, was buffering and freezing up and shit. So, it wasn't us. And I apologize. And that is why Iron Dogger is joining us tonight. She felt bad. You guys didn't get a chance to really, enjoy the show. It's live's not the same as the replay. So here we are again.
Round 2.
Plus, well, you've got some new equipment, right?
Yeah.
All set up and
yeah.
Sounds good. How's the sound out there, guys? Give me a 1 if it sounds good. Iron, just give us a quick test.
Testing.
You actually have to say it in order for it to work. What the
full blast.
What the topic? Great. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
Again, as usual, anybody wants to pop on, feel free. You know how it works. We're pretty laid back and easygoing, and
bring it.
You guys know that by now. Yeah, what I'll do is I will put the link in chat. Let me just copy it here and put it in chat. Anybody wants to use it? How's the time? And I'll list, I'll post it throughout the show a few times, probably more than you all want. So, but it'll be there.
Is there an echo?
Hey, Judy. I don't know. I don't have an echo. Do you have an echo?
I don't have an echo, but I think someone said there was an echo.
Well, I think when we first started, you had I think your YouTube was on, so I did hear an echo, but then once you turn that off, it wasn't even an echo. It was just hearing the replay with the delay, which is weird. Wait. Abs says Iron Dogger volume very low. So if you got to put your mic closer, put it closer. I project, so my mic is about a foot away diagonally off to my left.
Okay. This whole boom falls on me. I'm gonna blame someone out there.
So you can blame who you want. I'm still gonna laugh.
Point. Key, you got a point. If you're gonna laugh, you better point. Is that better?
I don't know.
I don't know. Let me
You
drop
actually.
this thing. It's probably gonna drop right on my face.
Seven Pearls, what's up? And Abs, thanks for pointing that out. And hello. No Crazy Chris, what's going on?
There. Okay. Is that better? Testing. 100, 2, 3.
Okay, now just talk normal. Count to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Would you forget between 2
Yeah.
and. All right, guys. I'm hoping that's better. Let me know. Yeah, Mr. Lee 3PO says better. Awesome.
Okay, good.
Very good. Well, we're working the kinks out. We haven't used it. We tried it out last night, but that's between you and I with headphones, or we could hear each other fine. So now with chat, we get it's the trial by fire. So
Yeah.
thanks for the help, guys.
Thank you.
Still low volume.
What? I can't turn it up any higher.
You might have to get it closer, or I don't know.
All right.
Do you have a gain on it? Is there a gain knob on it?
No. Pretty dang basic.
You might have to check the settings in. Yeah, Chris says pull it closer. That's what I say. Anyway.
Hello.
Just gonna be off screen the whole time.
Right? Now let me drop this.
Well, that's funny. Because we talked about that, about like when I talk, my mic is away from me. But when I sing, like when I use a mic to sing, that's touching my bottom lip. That's how much I sing into the mic. But here it's weird.
I don't sing. I don't torture people like that.
Well, thank you.
Hey, I didn't say
Very-
you sing
very-
that.
No, I'm saying thanks for not singing.
Oh, I got you. All right, a little slow on the phone.
Sparing the public.
I got it. It's a little slow, but I caught it. Is that better? Can't swallow the thing here. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it's like right here. Any closer, it's gonna be up my nose.
No, well, that's fine. It's as close as you can get. Just project. Sorry.
Oh, just start yelling at everybody.
Right?
Crank up
Judy,
the
what's
volume.
going on? How you doing, hon? Yeah, it's not.
There we go. Okay. I think we got it.
Last of the Wild, what's happening? Derek McManus, good to see you. Sean, what's happening? I did put that link in there, right? Yeah.
I hope so.
Do it again. I know.
I got a straight hair. I don't even want to. Oh, jeez. No.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Here it goes. Oh.
Once again, I put that link in the chat. If anybody wants to come hang out, you got something to talk about, questions, anything, feel free, jump on.
Brown. You like the curls?
Who else did I just? Katie G, what's up?
Hey, Katie.
Quick Witty says it sounds good now. That's
Good.
awesome.
Good.
Much better. Iron Dogger says still Crazy Chris.
All right. Good. Now if I could just position myself.
Rex is like, now you have to do a duet. She doesn't sing. She just said that.
No, unless you like how the Bismarcky off key, the whole.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what the hell you were talking about when you brought that up. I was like, Bismarcky, what the hell?
Oh, it's an old school, like 80s reference.
What did Chris just says? I would come on, but I started you out.
What?
Chris says I would come on, but I started you out. LOL. Meaning, well, she was there in the beginning.
Okay. Well, you should be here
She's
again.
still here.
Where's the ladies at?
Who's that? Who did I just see? Bigfoot, Michigan. What's up, Rob? Good to see you, man. Hey, what are you up to, man? You wanna come hang out for a little bit? Come say hi,
This party?
dude. Link is in chat. Just posted again for the third time.
Third time's a charm.
See what happens. No pressure. I'm not trying to put you on the spot there, buddy, but you know, you were there. Wrong place, wrong time. Depends how you look at it. Hey, Robin.
Hey.
Hidden Relief Official. What's up?
Great.
That's good. That's Chris says nothing nothing has happened lately here since we anointed the place. And that's good. That was the oil that you and your husband prayed over, and then they anointed the property and the house, and yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that all that crap subsided. Scotty B, what's going on, man? Who's your?
Now I got. Just trying to get centered here.
Yeah, even Abs is like, that's funny. Hold on. Get up there, Mr. Lee 3PO. Pussy.
Oh, lady. Yeah, puppy. Sorry, get distracted.
Somebody's going to get offended one of these days. I'm going to say that at the wrong time, and everybody knows I'm just kidding with them. I get a laugh out of it.
I missed the ending of. Did you see the live wire?
Yeah. Oh no.
The drawing.
No.
Yeah, they were doing. Larry was drawing.
Oh no, that wasn't Livewire. That was. You talking about Mark and Larry, or are you talking about?
Oh, I got the two shows mixed up. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. That was Hidden Existence. Larry Batson drawing. Hey Chris, how are you?
Hey, I got a new phone.
How you doing?
Right on.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay. I got.
Right. Hold on. I'm gonna put on some headphones though.
Should I?
I just don't want to. I don't want to have any back echo or.
I think we've got a
My speakers
internet issue.
All right. So how are you? How you been?
Doing good. We've got an internet issue.
Oh, really? Is your YouTube playing?
No,
That's weird.
it's turned off on my tablet. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I hear some background noise. I mean, you look fine. I hear you fine. So but I do hear some.
It's late.
I'm just checking. I can lower my headphones.
It may be on my end.
Do you have headphones or earbuds?
Not on me, no.
Yeah, but since we both have headphones on, we shouldn't have an issue.
Let me see if these are plugged up.
Hey Emma, good to see you. Nikki, what's happening?
Test.
Be sure you
There
guys
you
check
are.
out Nikki Cologne's channel. If you were, you saw her the other night. She was hanging out with us when Iron couldn't be here the one night. She kind of filled in. That was awesome of her.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nikki's cool. She said she doesn't have much going on right now, but well, maybe we'll get her doing. We'll talk her into doing some more stuff.
Oh, her mic is muted.
I didn't do it, but I can probably undo it. Hold on. It won't. There it is.
Damn. Okay.
I've still got,
There you go.
You're good.
I've still got a delay.
Huh.
Well, I can't help a delay.
Okay.
How you doing?
Can you hear us, Chris?
Can you hear us?
Fine.
Good.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just late.
Like, I don't speak sign language. Well, actually, I know this means more. More, please.
You speak this language?
Read between the lines.
That was hilarious.
Rob, thanks for posting that. So what's new in your world?
It's lagging. It's lagging on my cell phone, but it's not lagging on the tablet.
Huh.
That's weird.
That is weird.
So I thought the tablet was turned off. Mr. Lee
Weird.
3PO says, I know a few things in sign
I don't know.
language.
Well, then come on and do some interpreting.
But what I
for
wanted
us.
to tell you was, I don't.
We're waiting on you, so the floor is yours.
But what I was going to tell you was, we anointed water. We were and then we went around, or we prayed over the water, and we. This is weird going back and forth.
Is it delayed too much?
I don't know what you're watching. You should just be talking to us. You don't have to pay attention to something else. Like if you're watching YouTube, it's screwy. I mean, I don't know what's delayed.
I'm trying.
I mean, because we'll shut up. We're not going to say anything. You just talk and say what you want to say.
It's delayed on my cell phone.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, what I was going to say was we put a bowl of water in a Tupperware bowl, and we prayed over the I can't do this.
Well,
Anyway,
we're getting a bad feedback from something, Chris. I don't. It sounds like an echo from like everything you're saying. We can hear twice.
something. I don't know what.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, we prayed over a Tupperware bowl of water, and we took it and we anointed everywhere around the house and everything. And then the next day we did the same thing at my mother's. And then we started, I'm sorry, but I spotted orbs and weird things on the security cameras running in front of the cameras. So I've been studying the cameras, and there's these lights out by the back of the fence, and now they're not there.
That's
So I
good.
don't know what it is.
Interesting.
Well, it seems like what you did worked, so kudos.
Yeah. And I think the security cameras help too, because now all we're getting is raccoons and cats and lynx, bobcats. We call them polecats.
The normal expected stuff.
Cool.
That one that screamed at me at Easter time when I was on the back porch, and I just got chills. It went right through me, so I just went inside. Like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that would. I don't know. I keep saying I want to see one. I want to experience. I mean, I heard a growl on that expedition of something. I heard something, but you know, I hear these stories and I'm like, do I really want to experience this? Yeah. Murray says it's snowing there. Where the heck? Oh,
yeah.
I think your camera just fell over.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Okay, Romeo just said, I can see Mogs and company, but the video is freezed, or I guess frozen. Why? I mean, are we gonna have these issues again?
Round and around we go.
We're just gonna have to have you on every show. So, what's that, Chris?
Is my end frozen?
Oh, I don't. Not. We can see you fine. I think everybody. Okay. I don't know what. Okay, Big Rob says Moog, all good. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, we're good.
Now, did I tell you about the partial foot heel prints that I found from the backyard that jumped over the fence? And I found the other heel print on the other side, about 20, 25 feet jump.
I remember you telling me, you know, I remember us talking about it. I don't know about these guys, though. You know, you might want to fill them in.
I want to hear.
Okay. Oh, I could tell Iron Dog all again.
Please do.
I don't really want to repeat it all. Everybody's heard it. I'm sorry, Iron Dog.
Okay. I'll look for it.
No, it's
you go back to the earlier video.
Yeah, if you go back to my earlier shows, those are pre-recorded ones. You did.
Yeah, I'm one of the first ones that came on, showed their face. So
back in the beginning. It's only been like a year now. Well, since
yeah,
just about a year.
I'm still here. It's just I had back surgery back in February, and 3 discs in my back with two artificial discs with a stem cells put in.
Oh, how you feeling?
And I just got my back brace off, so now I'm feeling real good. The pain in my hip, my butt area, buttocks is great now, and but it's feeling great. I still having they took off my brace finally just last week, and I'm having a little pain, but I'm walking better now.
You look good.
Getting to the mailbox and back, and I'm going shopping again, and So
Getting up and about. That's good. I'm glad you're mobile.
thank you.
That's
I
really
took a
good.
shower yesterday.
Woo.
Smell
I
good.
didn't.
Took me
What
a
am I
while,
doing? Hold
to be able to
on.
take a shower on my own. So, it's just, I didn't, I had to hang on to something all the time or I'd fall. And having an artificial knee too don't help. So,
Jeez, you're just bionic.
but I just want to get off here. I just wanted to say howdy and tell you about, yeah,
It
Wonder
was.
Woman. $6 million woman.
Well, right on. I'm glad you're doing better, and you look good, like I said. So, and thanks for
$6
coming on.
really.
Oh,
But
stop.
I'm still watching for orbs. So,
Right on.
but
Well, if you see anything,
just
let us know.
and just keep. And my mom, she's on board now. So everything, I finally, she's listening to me and she's believing me.
Awesome.
Good.
That's awesome.
That's really good.
So about when I was 8 years old, the first incident, and then the one that looked through me through the window, and we was this close. All it was there was the pane window. So it was leaning down the window like this, looking in the window at me, and it was scary. It really was. But I didn't say nothing to my dad. He's standing right behind me. I didn't scream. I'm not easily scareable. So, and let's got some chicken noodle soup. Went back to my bedroom and ate it. So,
Yeah. That was at the kitchen window, wasn't it?
but I just didn't. I wasn't scared. So, but it wasn't. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy.
But it wasn't scary to me, so I wasn't scared. So that's what.
Well, that's really that's I don't know. I just still just if I were to look up like now, look across, I'm looking at the window. There's curtains, but if I were to see something leaning in, I don't know what my reaction would be. Besides screaming like a little girl.
I don't know what my dad, he would have a nightmare, and he would have a nightmare and he would scream in his sleep, "Oh, don't hurt me, don't hurt me, don't hurt me," and this was almost every night. Don't get me, just stuff like that. And I flipped on the houseboat light because we was at the houseboat, and I waked him up. I shook him. I said, "What in the hell's going on with you?" But he would never tell me. He never told me. And then he died in 2007, right about when I started getting into this stuff, because I had internet then. So, and it was just crazy.
I remember you telling me that. Huh.
You see my double chin. But,
So that's why I have this.
I'm on 3 diabetic medicines. And in 1 month, my just 5 medications was over $950. And when you only make $1,100 a month, it's hard to make anything. So, but I've lost about 30 pounds.
Wow.
Well, it's good that you lost weight, but damn. I mean, are you getting help, or with your meds? I mean, that's a lot of money for medication.
We make too much money, and I figured it out one month, and I make below poverty level below minimum wage.
With it being 2021, I just don't.
I make
understand the wages.
$6.78 an hour if I was to be working full time.
Wow.
And my daughter, she started Walmart here just last week, and she's making $14.50. And she works at Taco Bell and makes $11.50. So you can't tell me there ain't no jobs out there for people to live on.
Oh, there's plenty of jobs out there for people to live on. People just don't want to work. Not everybody, but there's a lot of people out there that don't want to work.
No, because hey, when Zenith Electronics went out back in 1992, I was making over $10 an hour, and my unemployment was $185 a month. Did they offer us any $300 a month? No, hell no. So, but I've heard stories people don't want to work because they're making more of unemployment benefits than they was if they was working, and they don't have to have a babysitter. They don't have to, have the car and use gas.
Yeah, there's for hire sales signs all over the place here, everywhere.
Yeah. Well, when McDonald's is paying $15 an hour. I used to work for McDonald's when I went through school to be a medical assistant. So,
hey, a job's a job. Be it fucking
it's a job.
Flipping burgers or open heart surgery. It's a job.
I don't care if you flip burgers or shovel horse manure. That's a job, and you should be able. I'm showing my true colors here, and I'm sorry for everybody that's on that $300 a month. But I speak my mind, and I get in trouble for it a lot.
Not here. Well, not from us anyway.
But thank God that they gave us the 1,400, they gave us the 1,200, they gave us the 600 because it helped with my medical prescriptions.
Sure.
It was like getting a extra check for that month for me. So I was like tickle pink. And I was one of the lucky ones that I didn't lose my job. I didn't lose my pay. But, all these people that rent and they rent, and what about the people that, they borrow that money for that house and they're trying, they have to pay the bank back. The bank should be helping the little person, not all these big companies. I'm going off on a tangent now. We're not even on Bigfoot, so.
But, come on. We're not just about Bigfoot here. It's everything.
Yeah, it's true. But, people just need to keep in mind, we need to support our local little people. Absolutely. Businesses. Don't go to the Outback Steakhouse that got the money, and don't go to them places. Go to the mom and pop shop. I don't care if it's Chinese ramen soup. I love it. I support that little entrepreneur better than I will somebody else. I won't go to Red Lobster. Of course they didn't ask for the money, but I love seafood. That's my kryptonite.
I feel you there.
But, just people need to understand, we need to support. Well, just like Walmart Supercenter put in all self-checkout stations. I'm disabled, and I just had back surgery. They wanted me to check myself out. And I said, I'm not checking myself out.
I don't work here.
I didn't pay. I don't pay for that. And I said, what happens if I get injured for the repetition of bending? And I'm not doing it. And I sat there and I put my foot down and they checked me out. So I shut up. And then it happened
for
again.
you.
And I said, here's your groceries. You can take them and shove them. And I just went down to Price Cutters. I'll give them my support because I'm not giving, a big business something over a small business. And I asked them, I said, are you going to put in self checkouts? And they said no. And I said, then you've got my business.
Right on.
I don't care if I have to pay $1 or $2 more. Or at least they check my stuff out, and I don't have to file for sue them for hurting my back.
Well, yeah, you're gonna sit there and do the work of a checkout.
There's a dog.
Cashier is are they going to deduct that from the price of the food and everything that you just bought for the work you're putting in? You know what I mean?
No. Nope.
Oh,
I said, your prices didn't go down.
yeah.
So
It's silly.
I'm not going to do it.
Livewire, what's happening, buddy? Good job over
Hey,
on
Livewire.
Mark's channel.
Just saw you on Beast.
Sorry, I had to bail at the 10 o'clock mark. Had to make myself pretty and, get ready for this. I failed miserably on the first one. Who else is in here? Uncle Bones, Don of the
I
Dead.
just
What's
wanted
up, man?
to tell you that I haven't forgot you. I just been busy at 9 o'clock.
No,
and haven't been
I
able-
see you around, in different chats. I always say hi. I'm glad you stopped in. Really, thanks for popping in. Don't be a stranger.
Sometimes you forget me sometimes.
Ah,
But I'll let you go. You get somebody else on here. I'm done ranting. I feel better now and go to bed.
right on. All right, Chris. Thank you so much.
But keep doing what you're doing, bud. Welcome to the
I'm
show, Iron Dog.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Good
Good night.
evening, I mean.
Yeah,
Have a
thank
good
you.
weekend, guys.
All
It was
right.
really nice meeting you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was cool, Chris. Come on. Yeah, way back in the day. I think it was a Tuesday, or a Thursday. Probably one of those two. Yeah. Shit. She came on. She had she's sitting there like she brought her gun on the show. I'm like, ah. She's like, look at this. I'm like, oh fuck. All right, go ahead. Well, that's like, Livewire is here. He did my show. He was sitting outside doing this show, scared shitless, and he had an AR-15 at his feet and a shotgun on his lap. Because he was the shit he was going through on that property.
Do you blame him?
Nope.
No, me neither.
And then he proceeded to see a UFO live on the show. He saw a light go behind the tree, and it didn't come out the other side.
Whoa.
I think it was green. Mark will have to remind me.
Wow.
Sawdust Beast, what's up, Mark? Okay. Who knows what's going to happen when I push this guest button? Atlantan Wizardry. You going to be a chicken and not come on camera? Come on, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my camera on.
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
You're on now, but you're not on camera yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get my camera on.
Let me put some headphones on.
Oh, I forgot I had these damn things on.
Oh, where is the thing? Hold on one second.
No worries. Your mic works, though.
Yeah, it works. I was worrying if it was echoing or anything.
Not at all.
Oh, where is it? Let me just.
No worries. Let's see.
On now?
Yeah, there you go. I can see your ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just on my phone right now. My there's a problem with my camera I have to turn on.
Right on. So where you coming from, dude?
Oh, I'm from Washington State. Washington.
Right on. What do you do up there? Are you a student?
Oh yeah, I am.
All right.
And it was like there's only like 3 weeks of like my last day of one of my last. I'll have like 1 year, a couple of years of high school left or so. Or it's like 4 weeks now. We have to like do all this like on like we have to do like online school and shit like that.
Okay.
And that's been like that's been a little like hard on me, but I'm getting because we're kind of going back to in person and all, and it's slowly getting back to normal, which I'm hoping it's back to normal by next year because it's like one of my last years.
Well, hopefully we'll get back to normal.
Yeah.
So what's up, man? Why the fascination? What's your deal with the whole fringe thing? Be it Bigfoot or
I find like I find the like mysterious and secret things in like our world the most interesting, because if you want to know like the secrets to our universe or the secrets to the world, or you just have to look at symbols, and you got to look deep into things, and you just don't look at something by its symbol. You have to look deep into what the symbol means. That's what I always found interesting, and that's how you find the truth behind a lot of things.
no.
Yeah, in graphic design and stuff, they teach you about
Yeah.
symbolism, colors, and what those represent. And
Yeah. And
Didn't
in
take
like
graphic design.
ancient cultures, they use like for the mythology, they use like different like alchemical symbols for like their gods or like the stories and myths. So like when they say like dove or anything like that, there's a dove in the story, it's not like an actual dove. It's like symbology for like, I don't know, like something like peace or like something
Right.
like related like that. It's alchemical.
right, like water or a mirror.
Yeah. Yes. Fire symbolizes man. Fire symbolizes like male energy. And water usually symbolizes female and femininity. I can't pronounce that really right, but female energy.
Right.
And there's a
or
lot,
reflection.
yes. There's a lot of occult meaning behind a lot of like a lot of mythology and a lot of symbols. Even in our modern world, we see symbology everywhere. And like, for example, there's some statues or sculptures around the world with like black cubes. Like the black cube is supposed to symbolize something. It's like the black cube symbolizes Saturn and all that stuff. And if you connect it all back, it all connects to Saturn. Like
Right.
not just the planet, although the planet is significant. It's also the Saturn is a Greco-Roman god, and it's like Saturn is like it's something important in occult perspectives and occult mystery schools. Saturn symbology is everywhere. We see it in like oil companies. We see it in like oil companies. We see like in NASA, even the symbol for NASA, there's like a ring on it. And there's a lot of like occult meaning behind symbology and all of this. And
The
all like
Olympic rings.
yes.
Vector.
Yes. And there's like if like and what Nikola Tesla said also that if only if you knew the significance of like there's like 3, 6, and 5, I'm pretty sure, and like 1.
9.
Nine. I don't remember exactly on the top of my head. Then you'd like know like the
I do.
secrets to
That's my
universe.
boy. Yeah. No, I love Tesla.
Yeah, me too. Thomas Edison was like a thief.
Yes.
See, Thomas Edison was just some billionaire thief that probably worked with like the Rothschilds.
He gave me
and-
good credit for being a good con man.
Yes. And
Hmm.
there's just a lot of like if you look at like our DNA coding and a lot of the secrets like if you look at it, they're all in a similar range to like particular numbers or like particular shape. Even the tree of life, like sometimes the tree of life in like Sumerian cultures, like it's like the shape of like DNA or something similar to it. So I think the tree of life in like ancient cultures and in the biblical context of like the Old Testament, it's like I think that symbolizes like something about our like DNA, and like that's one of the symbol. That's one of like the things that is symbolized like. The tree of life is also symbolized. It also symbolizes our soul, like the map of our soul, and it symbolizes knowledge and a lot of this stuff that makes us human. And that's what I think the tree of life actually like means. It's like I don't think it's like an actual tree, but like a symbology.
It also represents different dimensions.
Yes, definitely. It represents. It depends like on how like the tree is organized or like how it's depicted. Sometimes it's depicted looking like DNA, like in like ancient Sumerian cultures. The Anunnaki were picking from the tree of life, which they had pine cones or something. It was like pine cones. Yeah, and they're like planting the tree or something like that. They had like like a bag and they pollinate the tree, and that's what it's kind of like a cycle. Like the tree of life is they're kind of symbolizing like a cycle and stuff like that. And yeah, the Anunnaki are another like Sumerian deities that I think are like the Anunnaki. They're deities that came from the heavens. That's what they're deities that came from the heavens. And what I think they are is just I think that's what our gods are, the Anunnaki, and they've been symbolized giving like teaching like Sumerian, like they're teaching like the people like the mortal people how to do archery and all stuff like that. I definitely think they're like some type of like extraterrestrials teaching us knowledge or something. And if you see like like I said, the depiction of them picking from or editing the tree of life, it's like them editing our DNA.
Whoa.
I didn't do it.
What?
Hold on, dude. I didn't do it. Go ahead, dude.
Yeah. The tree
Apparently I
of,
did do
as
it.
I was saying, that the Anunnaki, there's depictions of the Anunnaki, like, like kind of like they're like picking from the tree or adding to the tree, pollinating the tree. And the tree in that depiction looks like kind of like our DNA. So
double helix.
Yes. Yeah, so what I think it means is that there was some type of beings that we considered gods, and they're like they're editing with like our DNA and stuff like that. And the Anunnaki also have a lot of connections to the star Orion and the Pleiades cluster and Atlantis, especially. A lot of there's like Dagon, which is another Babylonian deity that came from the sea and taught the Babylonians knowledge on the stars.
Did you say the star Orion or the constellation Orion?
Yeah, I meant the star. I said the stars, like the constellations. That's what I meant.
Okay.
And,
well, what do you got? What's up there? I think Betelgeuse is up there in the belt.
Yeah. It's like it's up there, and a lot of these beings and if you look at how the gods are symbolized, they always have like a belt on them. A lot of them have belts on them, which I think symbolizes Orion's belt, and they always have like a belt on them, or like they're holding like a type of fruit or something, and they're always like holding something that's like significant. It's always been significant.
Yeah, there's some kind of and a lot of symbolic representation.
Yeah,
every single one of them carries their own version.
Yeah, and like the snake in the Garden of Eden, I don't think it was like an actual snake with like its own vocal cords or anything like that. I think the serpent was like a symbology for like what like Hindus called Kundalani, which is like an energy, or like what. Or the Atlanteans, like in Atlantis, they were symbolized for they worshipped the sun and all that type of stuff, and they're symbolized by a serpent and the sun, and that's where a lot of our a lot of symbology for dragons and stuff like that roots back to Atlantis. That's what I think, at least, because the Atlanteans used the serpent as their symbol and the sun. And they used like a lot of the symbols you see around the world, like the swastika, which is what the Germans use. And they used a lot of those symbols, which you can find all around the world. And those, I think, those all.
And that symbol goes way back.
Yeah, definitely. The northern star. if the northern stars can like they can all like form like kind of like if they're all like if you look at the northern stars like northern star and then there's like some like star if you look at them like if you look at all the stars that are aligning towards the northern star or it's like that they form into like the shape of a swastika or something like that, and that's where the symbol I think originates from. And then that the Atlanteans, which were the first root race of man, they used the swastika as their symbol, which that symbol then rooted to other cultures as they were considered gods by by other groups on Earth. They're considered basically gods.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of research.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've been busy.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of research since like I was in my first kind of a first podcast and stuff. I didn't know what a lot of talk about Atlantis. I was still kind of learning about like Atlantis and like mythology and symbology, so I didn't say a lot. But now, since then, like it's been like I guess a month or so, and I learned a lot from like what like hidden meanings and stuff like that.
In a month. Wow.
Yeah. I started finding like the fringe things of all like something that are just mysterious, interesting because eventually you can find the dots and connect the dots, and then something that's a mystery wouldn't be a mystery anymore.
Well, that's why we do what we do and research and try to figure things out, you know?
Mm-hmm. And that's what people don't know, like average people, they don't know how to just connect the dots and look for themselves. And they have like normal people, they have to listen instead of doing things themselves. And that's like what kind of the mentality of today's like how we are today, like most people are today, is that we have to listen or get proof from someone else instead of looking by yourself. It's always good to look by yourself and all that stuff. It's always good to look by yourself.
I'm really intrigued by the younger generation and
Yeah.
how open-minded
Yes.
your generation really is
Yeah.
to things. And
Yeah.
like you don't take everything at face value, which
Yeah.
is good in a lot of ways and a little terrifying in some other
Yeah.
ways. But like you don't want to be so open-minded you can drive a truck
Yeah.
with you there, but
Yeah. I don't want to be extremely open-minded, like thinking everything can happen, even the most craziest things. You always still have to be critical.
Right.
You always have to be critical.
Yes.
But it's better being kind of open-minded than just following or just
Dude,
not thinking.
this is gonna sound random, but what's your IQ?
My IQ. I haven't done one in a while, but I'm assuming it's like around 100 and it's like
50.
in 120, I'd say probably 120.
No, you're a little higher, I think.
Yeah, I haven't done my IQ test in a while.
Okay. Just
last
curious.
last time I'd done it, I'd say it was around what I said. That was like 3 years ago or so.
Right on.
But yeah, I've been doing a lot of research since I've started talking about it. It's more interesting to know things that are not looked at. It's more interesting to look at the things that are not looked at rather than what are always looked at. Because what are always looked at are always getting something new about them. They're like our big like a lot of big media says something new about something big things. I don't find that interesting. I always find things that are unlooked at interesting, and then
It's mysterious. Absolutely.
Yeah. Mysteries are like the secrets to our world.
Wow. Do you have a channel by chance?
Oh, I kind of do. I don't really use it though.
Okay.
I don't really use it though. I do post like I do have an Instagram account.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you want to tell us what it is?
Share it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll share it. Wait, hold on 1 second. Right now it is Atlantean.wizardry336.
Okay.
Any mods know how to put that up?
Yeah, here. I'll just put it in the chat right here.
Oh, there you go.
Right on. Very cool. Hold on a sec.
Second here. 336. Okay. Wait, hold Oh, wait, never mind. I got it. There we go. I sent it in the chat.
Awesome.
So what is it? Atlantean wizardry
Mm-hmm.
333 at what? Is it
336.
that's 33 what?
336.
6. And that's okay. Hold on.
Mhm.
Well, thanks for coming.
Hold on.
There you go.
Did I spell that right? Wizardry?
Yes. Wait,
Yeah.
1 second. I have to do one thing. 1 second, please.
Time's up.
I think you have to put like a at before that, but yeah.
I don't know. I've never posted one of those.
Yeah, I think for the Instagram, you just put a little at symbol before it.
So how do I edit that?
Not being picky or all, but yeah.
Oh. Does this look right?
A little bit, yeah.
Good. I'm learning.
There you go. I'm learning.
So yeah, this was interesting.
Yeah. Back now. I just had to get something in particular.
Oh. You gonna show us something cool?
Yes. So yes. What was I talking about before? Was it Atlantis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Atlantis was one of the first. They were one of the first root races of man. They're like what the real society in Germany. What they said about Atlantis, that Atlanteans, they didn't evolve, but they came straight from heaven on Earth, and they settled on the Atlantic continent. And Atlantis was a very powerful civilization. Very powerful civilization. They had a lot of knowledge, a lot of occult sciences, a lot of their IQ was extremely high, and they won everywhere else after the Great Flood happened, which was in Sumerian mythology, that there was a great flood that wiped out all these pre-flood civilizations, and it wiped out civilizations like Atlantis, which I think Sumer had an equivalent to Atlantis, but I don't remember on the exact top of my head about the Sumerian equivalent to Atlantis. But when Atlantis was destroyed, a lot of Atlantean mercenaries and priests, they escaped out of Atlantis and went to other places like Egypt or like the Incans and like the Aztecs, all these places. And they became like the gods of these places, and they became symbolized by the serpent and became like the ruling families and stuff like that. Like they became like the ruling families of like Egypt. And
So you think they considered themselves living gods?
pretty much? Well, they were considered basically gods to like the ancients, which the ancients were comparatively primitive people. The ancients didn't knew a lot as the Atlanteans, so basically they were basically like gods to like the Sumerians and the Babylonians, which were primitive at the time. And they did have a lot of spiritual power too, which does kind of they were really ascended type of beings. And these Atlanteans, they're basically godmen from heaven. That's what like the story of the Nephilim and the fallen angels. They're thrown down onto Earth. And that's what I think how Atlantis was how it was formed, because Poseidon was like on the Atlantean continent, and he chose a mortal woman and then mated with a mortal woman to create the Atlantean root race. And that's how Atlantis was formed, according to Plato. Yeah, I kind of pronounced Plato's name wrong. I hope I got it right, but
yeah, I was just going to ask you if you've read any of his stuff. Well,
yeah, I read Plato's.
Yeah.
I hope I hope I didn't pronounce Plato wrong, because I used to pronounce his name like Pluto or something. But yeah, it's Plato. Plato.
After the planet, not the dog.
Yeah.
Or
Plato. Plato, yeah, he was a Greek philosopher.
Play-Doh. I got it.
He was a Greek, yeah, he was like a Greek philosopher. He had many great work, and in his book, The Republic, he talked about Atlantis, which was again was Atlantis was founded because of Poseidon coming down to Earth on the Atlantic continent and mating with a mortal woman, which then that created the Atlantean root race and the civilization. And when Plato described the fall of Atlantis, he described the fall of Atlantis. It was destroyed by a flood. At the same time, the Ice Age happened, according to like modern scientists. So I think that the end of the Ice Age, caused the fall of Atlantis. And
it raised the water levels.
Yeah, and that's what the Great Floods were. They raised the flood levels, and they wiped out civilizations like Atlantis and Mu, which is a civilization in the Pacific, and then like Thule and Hyperborea.
Good question, Brandy.
Oh, Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely think Sasquatch is like definitely like kind of like a race of giants or something like that. A race of giants instead of like what the mainstream thinks of Sasquatch is like a hairy primate monkey gorilla thing. I think that Sasquatch is like
Always hairy.
part of a race of giants or something, and because in like a lot of native cultures, there's always been tales of like red ginger giants attacking the natives and like they're cannibalize them. A lot of those type of stories are around the like the West Coast especially, and there's like tales of, and there's like in Malaysia there's
It's Alaska too, isn't it?
yeah, Malaysia there's a orangutan or something like that. It's called like orangutan. My language on Malaysian.
Is that orang pendek?
Yeah, it's like some really tall. It's like some really tall, kind of ape-like, giant half ape type of creature, and it was seen a lot in like Malaysia and stuff. It's like 17 feet tall. It's giant, and that was seen in Southeastern Asia, like I said. And then also Hindu beliefs, they also tell of giant ape-like men, which that also again could be equated to like Sasquatch or something like that. So I definitely think that Sasquatch is like some type of race of giants or something. And their intelligence, I don't think their intelligence is kind of like, I don't think they have like a dumb intelligence.
You are so awesome.
Sorry, dude. Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't think they're like apes or anything like that. I think they actually have, if they're smart enough to be recorded by ancient cultures, I think they're pretty damn smart. For me, I don't think dumb apes. Like they also could be like interdimensional at the same time too.
Yeah, there's a lot of different theories out there.
Mm-hmm. Like interdimensional beings to me are like beings are kind of walking between dimension to dimension. There's like I'm trying to remember the word. Oh yeah, the jinn in Islamic folklore. They're like kind of like interdimensional beings. They change their shape and stuff. They're normally invisible entities, but they change their shape and like they kind of fool people.
What do you think about shapeshifters?
Huh?
What do you think about shapeshifting and shapeshifters?
Shapeshifting? Oh, I definitely think there's like beings that do it. It's definitely possible for like beings, especially interdimensional beings, to change their shape, because usually interdimensional beings, their true form is just invisibility or like something like light. Because I think that if they're from another dimension that's more like higher than us.
The Orang Dalam?
Yeah, the Orang Dalam, and there's also another one, Orang Daging, or there's something like that. And it was like 7 feet, 14 feet tall, and it was a giant ape-like creature. Well, not like entirely ape, it was like giant and ape, and it was like intelligent also. Yeah, and like, I forgot what I was talking about before. What was I talking about before? I'm trying to remember.
I just asked you about.
You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I asked
Talk
you
about interdimensional beings. Yeah, shapeshifters. Like, if there's an interdimensional being for a dimension that's higher than us, then that being is able to come down onto our dimension and change it. It's like a higher dimensional being. That means it's it's higher dimensional. But so if it's coming to a lower dimension, it's coming to a dimension that it's able to change the environment around this dimension. So it's allowed to like change stuff in our dimension, and like because we're a lower state, or we're in a lower dimension, so they're basically able to manipulate matter if they wanted to. So I definitely think it's possible, especially for higher dimensional beings.
Okay. Very interesting.
Right on. Didn't expect the night to go here, but the hell.
Yeah,
Yeah. Ride the wave.
and then,
Surf's up.
my throat is drying. But yeah, there's just a lot of there's also diamonds. Diamonds are kind of pronounced like diamonds, but there's like diamonds in Greek mythology. They're like invisible. Yeah, they're like invisible beings that were like kind of made by the gods. I think with diamonds are diamonds. They're not always like bad type of beings. They can be beings that give like people like Aristotle, Plato, like Pythagoras knowledge and all good things, but there can also be bad daemons or daemons. It's pronounced similar to demons, although they're not related. But
Right.
it's kind of like the jinn, because the jinn are originally they're invisible and they can change their shape, fool people, do good things. They're like invisible people, but they're like that's how I see them as. And there's a lot of stories about them everywhere.
Right.
The jinn.
Yes, the jinn.
And they're
like,
also we consider them like the genie type.
yeah.
But yeah, I've
What
heard
I think of
what
I think of jinn, I think of like shadow people, or like what you see in sleep paralysis or something. Like they're like kind of like they always fool with you or something. That's what I see.
Right on.
Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. What's up, Rob?
What's up, Rob?
Well, hello, everybody.
Howdy.
Do I sound as good as him? His mic sounds awesome. What am I doing?
I know, right?
Yeah.
How's it going, Rob? Did you freeze up there, or you? No, he's there.
Hey, what? Oh, I did freeze up. How are we now?
Just then you sounded okay.
Yep.
Hey, am I caught up?
Hmm?
Am I freezing?
Yeah, you're coming in kind of choppy.
It's all right.
Try
Oh,
anyway.
I think you're there now.
Check.
You're there now. Maybe.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Yeah, you're good.
Great. Good.
Am I good? We're good.
Mhm.
It seems
Yeah.
like it's cutting out.
Yeah, just like in.
Yeah.
It
Hello?
looks good for me.
Okay,
looks great.
right on.
What about now?
Good.
We can hear you, but it seems like it comes in broken up, like it's choppy.
Yeah. It's good. It's good for me though. It's great. It's good for me
Yeah, I
though.
can. Yeah, it's lined up. The audio and visual are.
I don't-
lined up.
I don't want it to be a Chinese movie or Japanese movie. Maybe I'll reboot.
Oh, now you're good.
My,
All right, dude. Let Rob talk.
Yeah, you can talk. Yeah, just completely talk. You can...
Oh, thanks.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why don't we do that? There you go. All right. I'll get rolling. Let me know.
Go for it.
You know what? 'Cause I can hear myself talk. You know what? Here's what
Oh man, it's your you have YouTube on, dude. I can hear it.
What about now?
No, I don't hear it.
I'm gonna
hear it.
reboot and come back.
All right, dude. All right. Sorry about that.
it's fine. It's fine.
All right, so let's see if Rob comes back. What's up, Mr. Lee 3PO? Why are you calling me Mogi? I think he's busting my balls because Seven Pearls, the one day that's all she called me when she came on the show one night, was Mogi.
I was just looking at the chat right now. Let me look at the
Right on. So yeah, Rob's going to try to reboot, but again, if anybody else wants to stop in, feel free. I will post the link in chat right now.
Yeah.
Want to pop in? All right, dude. I appreciate you popping in, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably leave now. Yeah, I'm gonna leave now because I have to do some things.
Right on, man.
Well, thanks for
Yeah.
in.
It was good talking
Had
to
a
you.
great time. Yeah, I had a great time.
Me too.
Right. Thanks again, man.
Yeah. Oh, he was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was that was fun.
Yeah.
A ball of energy.
Yeah.
Fucking youth is wasted on the young.
Is it?
No. We get wisdom.
Yeah.
But we got to learn it the hard way. It's not
Yeah.
given to us.
That was a lot of fun. What?
Rob, I put the link in chat. It's and Big Rob just put it in again. What are we at? 111, huh?
Good numbers.
They are. Yeah, so yeah, he how do I do it?
Spin the wheel of the roulette wheel.
And that's what it is. But it's, somebody I've never seen before in chat and just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But that was cool. Intelligent kid.
Yeah.
Good luck. Who do we got here? Media Palace.
Ooh.
What's up, man?
You guys see me?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Hear you good too.
Yeah. Great audio.
Ooh, right on. No, I just wanted to touch base because I don't know if I'm on the right show, but I saw in another show, I think they had mentioned a project I was working on, and I tried to respond to that channel, but I don't know if they're as open as you guys.
Depends. What subject?
You guys talking Squatch?
Yeah, we talk everything.
Yeah.
Well, right on, man. So I just completed my documentary. I don't know if you guys heard of it. It's called The Beast of Brushy Creek.
Sure.
And I know a lot of, okay, cool. My center, okay. And I know a lot of attention gets put on the east of Texas, but you don't really hear too much about Central Texas in itself when there's a giant population and a lot of activity going on here. I just wanted to, make a documentary about, I wasn't really a Bigfoot person, but some weird stuff started happening in the community here. And I couldn't let it pass by. And I tried, but when I did, things kept happening. So so I had to do the documentary. I didn't want to at first, but the stuff happening just kind of made me, I had to do it. Nobody else was talking about it, so I had to do it. And I'm glad I did.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
How long
But
is the documentary?
How long is it?
Mm-hmm.
About 50 minutes or so. Yeah.
And is that the one with the FBI agents talking, the recording of the something along those lines?
I can't confirm or deny that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
But the video you're referring to was there was a camera that was hidden. And I know you hear a lot about we talked to the park ranger and the park ranger said, we see these things all the time and da, da, da. Well, this person actually got that on film. They got someone, a government official saying, yeah, we deal with them, and we've had people die. That's what they've said. And they didn't straight out say it was a Sasquatch that did it, but they said they were hit by trees. So I thought that was weird.
Yeah, because trees don't get up and run.
Exactly.
No, they get swung.
Right. And the way he said it on the video is he used the word Sasquatch. And in Texas, we don't really hear that too much. You hear Bigfoot, you hear a lot of Bigfoot stuff. But the fact that he used the term Sasquatch was interesting to me. I thought there was a little bit more going on. And
Well, it would seem he had other. He was familiar with the term Sasquatch to call him that,
right, exactly.
somewhere else.
Sure. And I mean, we've had activity going here where I'm located in Central Texas, just north of Austin. We've had it going on since the 1800s. I mean, there's literally a road that I live on that I'm actually working on another project not that I live on, but I live near another project I'm working on. It's called the Hairy Man Road.
Right on.
And it got its name for that reason. There was.
Where is that?
It's North Austin, Williamson County. I don't know if you're familiar, North Austin.
No, that name is really familiar. Hairy Man Road.
I don't know if there's any other ones anywhere else, but I know the one here. It got its name because there was apparently a hairy man that hung out. He would hang in the trees, and he would scare off, the pioneers or settlers.
Oh shit! I left Rob back here. What's up? Hey, Rob. Sorry, man.
That's all right.
Pause. We didn't mean to cut you off real quick. I just realized that Rob was back
All
there.
right, you're good.
That's good. Hey, keep on going, buddy. Now you can hear me good, right? It's all perfect now.
That sounds good.
Indeed.
All right, Media. Go ahead, Media.
You can call me Eric. That's my name, Eric.
Eric works.
Eric, all right.
Yeah. I just put that up there for entertainment. But
Pays
so it
every
really sure. So what really got me into it was in 2013, yeah. Right behind my house, when I grew up, our house grew up right next to the Brushy Creek, and I have a bunch of crazy stories about that. But what got me really into researching this was that we're ranked at the time. Our city was ranked, I think, top 10 for safest cities in America. All right, and in 1 year, we had 3 bodies that were pulled out of the Brushy Creek.
Yeah.
And they were all no signs of trauma, no foul play. And I thought that was really strange. And I did some research, and it sounded akin to the Dave Pilatus stuff, the missing 411 stuff. And so in that 1 year, there was 3 bodies. And, it was kind of swept under the rug, to be honest with you. And I even went to the sheriff's office here, and I tried to get more information. And they told me, it was weird. They told me
and it was only 3 bodies. Wow.
No. Well, they found 3 bodies in one week, 6 days apart. They found 2 bodies. Okay. And then they found another body, I think, a month after that. Right? They all pulled them from the creek. They were all found near the creek. And then the year after that, they actually found another body. I don't want to say body, but they found remains. They found remains of someone up the creek, not far from where the other bodies were found. And then shortly after that, they found another set of human remains in that area. And I kind of got ahead of myself. 2013 is when they found the bodies, but the year before that is actually when construction workers unearthed an ancient burial ground. And that burial ground is actually right behind my childhood home. Yeah, wow. It was pretty creepy. But and I don't know what I don't know if that was like the genesis to get everything kickstarted, whatever.
Catalyst, or
exactly.
Yeah.
But after that, it was one thing after another. I mean, for being the safest city in America, in Texas or whatever, to have 3 bodies in less than a year. I mean, less than 6 months, to be honest with you.
Right.
That sounded strange. And I went to the Williamson County Sheriff's Office and I asked for information. And they said their system had crashed around that time. And they couldn't give me any information, anything. And so I said, that's kind of weird. And so I did a Freedom of Information Act on one of the bodies that was found, and I got an exemption. I don't know if you guys know what an exemption is when you do a Freedom of Information Act. An exemption is actually pretty rare for a death, especially the death they're claiming it was. And so the fact that I got an exemption, it means that it's a few things that it could mean. It could mean that it's an ongoing investigation. It could mean that there's a alphabet agency involved. And I think there was one other one, but I don't remember what it was at the time. And so all that stuff just seemed really out of place to me.
So, well, some people might not know what an exemption is. So just explain that, because
Yeah,
I understand it.
Right. An exemption is basically they don't have to tell you what happened.
Yeah, they're denying you your freedom of information.
Exactly. And they're denying it for one of those reasons. It's an ongoing investigation, an alphabet agency's involved, or, whatever. I don't need to know. It's not my business to know. And doing that for just a death that happened, no trauma or anything like that, that was very strange. And I'm in the process of doing it, Freedom of Information Act, on another one of those bodies. And hopefully we'll get some information soon here. But that really got me started. And I started talking to the people in the area and just hearing their stories and stuff. And it just got really wild, really fast.
Yeah.
And it's
I've seen the documentary.
Oh, cool. Right on. It's kind of taken on a life of itself. And I know some people weren't really into it because, or some people they were mad because I didn't focus so much on the Sasquatch stuff, because there's so much other stuff going on, and there is a lot of stuff going on. I mean, people have seen lights. Actually, I can pull up one of these pictures here. Give me a second. Let me see if I can show this to you guys.
Excuse me.
So this was an orb. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
It was taken at dusk. Okay. And I mean, how can you explain that away?
Right.
And the woman who took it, when she was there, she didn't notice it at all. She said she didn't notice it until she got home. And the other creepy thing is the way I learned about this. I was actually out picking up a trail camera that I left. Nobody around. I turn around and all of a sudden I see these two elderly people. And they asked me what I'm doing there. And I told them, hey, I'm working on a project, documentary, whatever. And they were a little reluctant, but the man said, well, why don't you, show them what you got on your phone, that weird green thing. I was like, weird green thing. And so they
Sorry, what's the name of the documentary? Just real quick.
The Beast of Brushy Creek.
Right on.
Yeah. And so she showed me this, green orb, and that was really creepy. But I think the way I got that information was creepy in itself. Like, somebody didn't email me this. I was there physically, and it seemed like that for every little thing about this documentary. It's like whatever's here, it wants me to know more. It's really strange. I can't explain it, but thank you. I appreciate that. But for most of the stuff I've gathered, it wasn't through email. It wasn't through anything, messaging me. It was, going out there and talking to people. And I just got the weirdest stuff. Like it wanted me to know more. It was really strange, but,
Intriguing.
yeah. And, another thing that happened when I was researching the documentary is several people messaged me saying that I needed to talk to this one guy. And apparently this guy had posted in a group a video of an entity, tall and skinny entity, walking near the creek. And many people saw this. It was in a people of whatever city you're in group, our city. And a lot of people saw this and said, hey, you need to talk to this guy, talk to this guy. A bunch of people did. And so I reached out to this guy, and he told me, yes, I did see something, but I can't talk about it. I signed an NDA, and they came and they raided my house and took my computers, my laptops, and everything. And at first I was like, I didn't really believe this guy. I thought he was pulling my leg or whatever. But we're actually in a small town here. And I knew the neighborhood he stayed at. And I actually had a buddy that didn't live far from there. And I asked him, hey, you know about this crazy guy talking about how he got raided and stuff like that? He says, oh, yeah, he did get raided. Yeah, that happened.
Wow.
That was real.
So you're able to verify that.
And I've been trying to get a hold of that guy to, come on camera, I'd obstruct his face and everything, but he just, he doesn't want to talk about it. And apparently, right after that, he started 2 construction businesses. With what money? I have no idea. But yeah, who knows?
Hmm.
Interesting.
Lots of really weird stuff. But I mean, it just goes on and on, and it goes deep. Even to the point where it's going to sound weird, but even to the point where I think there are people here in our area that know what's going on. They've participated in what's going on, and from all the investigation I've been doing, I think what they're doing is, it's going to sound crazy, but I think they're trying to summon these things. And I think from what I've been hearing and studying and everything like that, there is a proper way to do that. And it's at least in my area, and it's not wood knocking, it's not calls, it's something a little darker. And yeah, from what I understand, people have actually been able to summon these things. I don't want to say summon, but communicate with these things. And
ceremony.
I mean, it's the ancient burial ground was here for a reason, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this was a very religious place for the people that were here before. And the Tonkawa tribe is a really weird tribe in itself. That was the tribe that was here. They worshipped the wolf. They didn't really communicate with the other tribes. Like they were a strange bunch in themselves. I believe they actually buried their dead feet down. Like that's how they would bury their dead and stuff like that. But yeah, bunch of weird stuff. Lots of sightings since the 1800s. Like I said, Harryman Road. And it's my theory about what happened to these people that were killed, and it's just my opinion, my theory, is that they attempted to communicate with whatever entity is here, and they did it incorrectly.
Oh, okay.
And they had to pay the piper for that.
Oh,
That's just my opinion.
okay.
Because when you read the reports about these deaths, they're incredibly strange. One guy left his car 5 miles away, and how he got there, it's unknown. We have no idea how he got there. Yeah, another one, it was in the middle of the day. They found his body in the middle of the day. How does that happen in one of the safest cities in Texas? It's really weird. I have no idea.
Yeah, and most Texans are armed and they don't take much crap. They're like Alaskans. No. Saying it like it is, but that's.
Well, I mean, that's an interesting theory that you know they pissed off the supernatural or whatever, and like you say, had to pay for it. That's interesting.
That is really.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just my theory, and this area here where I'm at,
it's a safe place. Yeah.
The area I'm at, it's known for. I've since I was a kid, we've known about this. It's a witchcraft area. I can go down to the bridge right now, and I can see witchcraft stuff going on here, and it's been going on for a long time. And I think the people in the highest parts of government here, local government here, are affiliated with it.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know, they sweep it under the rug. And the other thing that happens is that we have a gigantic cavern system here. It's massive. It's huge. Right. You said you've seen the documentary. It was actually in multiple areas, and multiple neighborhoods have caved in due to giant caves being found underneath. And what happened? They found bones there. They found everything. They didn't research it. They covered it up. And they tried to cement over it. It's really what they did. Yeah, and they did that within a year. I went out there to try and research it. It's all covered up. Nothing there. But in my opinion, I think we have one of the largest undiscovered cavern systems underground in Central Texas. It's huge. right. We're close to the Interspace Caverns, which is it's a known cavern system here in Williamson County, but that stretches really deep, and I think there's just massive places underneath it. If there is something here, it wouldn't be hard to find a place to hide.
Sure.
Yeah.
So do you think the uptick in sightings recently might have something to do with like the summoning that you're talking about, or whatever you want to?
I think what kicked it off was finding the burial sites. Well, desecrating those burial sites. I think that's what kicked it off, because whoever was doing the rituals and stuff that had been going on before they had desecrated the site. But I think after that, it just kind of picked up like crazy. And as far as sightings, yeah, we still get sightings pretty frequently.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I think sightings are on the uptick on the whole,
Right.
across the
I
whole
think so,
country.
too.
Right.
So
Yeah, I think
I
so
mean,
too.
So that's what I was wondering. Like you were
Like, are more people learning how to do this? Is that what you're
right.
saying?
Like you were kind of alluding to that there
Yeah.
are people in certain regions that may be doing this on purpose, or
I think so. I think I've talked to people who have, I don't want to say participated, but they know what's going on.
okay.
And yeah, I think once you see something like that, something out of this world, you get addicted to it and you want to see it. You want to keep seeing it. And if you're not around the right people to show you how to do it, and you're like, oh shit, well, I'll just go out and do it myself. That's kind of what happens to them when they do that. I don't know. It's just my opinion.
Okay.
But I've done a lot of research these past few years, and it seems like that's what's going on here.
Interesting. Rob, what do you think?
Well, Iron Dogger, I'm totally blown away because I was to come on and talk about something totally different. And Eric, I'm looking at Eric's outstanding story, and I've got a story that totally substantiates a lot of what he said that happened to me. You guys might have heard a couple times, but before I get into that, real briefly, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to know the history behind the name Iron Dogger. I've never heard that. How'd you come up with that? It's very, very entertaining. I like that name. Come on.
Title.
Come on, girl. Fill me in. I like it.
Well, it's a title. It's from a race in Alaska, but we've done a lot of videos on that. But yeah, it's an earned title.
Ah. Okay, well, makes sense. And now I'm going to get back to Eric real quick, and I'm going to answer your question, Iron.
Okay.
Iron. It sounds so hard to say, Iron. Earlier today, and Moggs knows me pretty well. I'm not here to plug my show or nothing, but I noticed that Papa Craig was in chat, and he's a great dude. And I got to say something. I've done a bunch of shows. Me and Tex, Trinity Paracrypto Research, Brunch for Bigfoot. Again, not plugging the show. I guess I kind of am. We've had like Ron Moorhead on. We've had Duke on. Dave Scott from SOR. But man, I tell you what, you have a great show when Papa C comes and me eight each, and we went an hour. I opened his mouth and it was golden. It was some of the best stories I ever heard. So anybody hasn't seen it, go back to replay. Papa C, man, I'm giving a shout to you. You did a great job. I was proud. I was proud. I was happy to do what I do, and I do is because of you, brother. So if you're still out there in chat, thank you very much, and thanks for letting me put out that statement, Moggs.
Right on.
Iron Dogger. Eric, back to you. Eric, man, back to you, bro. I've told this story a couple times, man, about the ancient peoples, First Nations. My brother, about, I'm going to say 15 years ago, bought this house. In a city called it's town, Michigan. I live obviously in Michigan. Well, it doesn't say for Michigan, Rob Beam, but anyways, I live in Michigan. My brother bought a house, and so they had their kids there. My niece Lauren's about 5 years old. So when my brother first had us built, I would go there, spend the night. We did a lot of work in the yard. I found out a lot of things. So there, he had like a 4-bedroom house, and I spent the night in one of the bedrooms, totally pitch black, and my door would always open at night. And I would see the shadow of my niece. I could see her full figure, looked like little Lauren, long blonde hair, 4 foot tall. She's looking, peering in on me. I mean, a shadow, of course. I figured it was her, right? Hey, Lauren, you want to come sleep with Uncle Robbie? What's going on? The door was shut. Door shuts. I'm like, wow, that's kind of strange. About 2 or 3 weeks later, the door opens again. And it's little Lauren. Hi, Lauren, Uncle Robbie, you playing games? Do you want to come talk? What's going on? Door shuts. It happened a 3rd time, same scenario. I won't repeat it, same scenario. So I'm getting together, talking to my brother, Dave, and my sister, Karen, sister-in-law. I said, man, Lauren's been playing games with me last, few weeks. But prior to this, though, however, I have to say that the door did open again, and I raced out of my bed, and I ran down the hall because her room was about 30 feet down the hallway. I open her bedroom door. I run into her bedroom, see what this little shit's doing. She is tucked. She is tucked in her bed, tight as you can tuck somebody in. I put my ear to her, sound asleep. So, and this is just prior to the door opening and closing. And there's no way she could have gotten that fast and did all that at 5 years old. So now I start wondering. So now I'm going back talking to my brother and sister-in-law. Oh my God, we've seen that. We've experienced that. In fact, Karen told me that she would see Lauren in her playroom talking to somebody. She'd be carrying out a conversation with somebody, and every time Karen came in the room, she would stop talking to Lauren. My niece would stop talking when Karen came in the room. She goes, Mom, you scared away my friend. Oh, you're a little playmate? She goes, no, Mom, it's my friend Jenny. And every time you come in the room, you interrupt her conversation. And Lauren's 5, right? Talking like an adult. You interrupt our conversation. And so Karen, would observe this for several weeks upon a month and always see Lauren talking. Next time she comes in, Karen came into the room, saw Lauren talking, and then Lauren says, Mom, this Jenny is scared of adults. She hates when she sees grown-ups come in and talk. She goes, what do you mean? Well, what are you talking about? Well, Jenny's my friend, and she was murdered. 5-year-old, years is the word murdered. 5 years ago, when the cowboys, the white men came through and wiped out their population of people, who happen to be First Nations people. And I know this because further on, me and my brother did some research on the property. So what had happened was, about 200 years ago, or whenever it was, there was a massacre of First Nations by white folk, cowboy, whatever you want, cowboys, whatever the terminology would be. Massacred this tribe, and it ended up being a burial ground where they built their house. And this little girl that talked to Lauren, in fact, now I'm convinced, was not her imagination. This was a spirit, a disembodied spirit that lived in the home. And after we conducted the search, things would be going on, very creepy in the house. Nothing relevant, where you were like freaked out, like when you go to bed, you're like, you can't fall asleep because you're looking for ghosts and spirits and thinking about the things that had happened from the past history. So my brother and sister-in-law, they end up selling the house and moving on to a new place. And, to this day, and so firmly, it's an affirmation for me that what you were talking about earlier, Eric, man, is these things, and it doesn't have to be First Nations people, any real ground or anything. That's an affirmation that these things happen, man. And God bless.
Wow,
That's scary.
Yeah.
Moggs, you said you watched the documentary. Did you stay till the end?
I trying to remember if I got through the whole thing.
Okay, well, at the very end, and at the very end in 2020, I put a news article that happened in October about a 15-year-old girl who had gone missing walking near the Brushy Creek. And she had in her possession a blue suitcase and an antique Victorian doll for whatever reason. And I think she knows what's going on. And I think I don't think she knows how deep it goes, but I think she wanted to get involved with those people. And and I think that's what she was trying to do. She was trying to join that group of people. I believe they found her, thank God. But if you're running away, why would you take, your Victorian doll with you? It's kind of weird. I don't know.
That is odd.
And why would you choose the Brushy Creek? There's nothing out there. It makes no sense to me. I don't know.
And where can people find your documentary?
You can go to my page, Media Palace. We're actually going to do on Wednesday, we're going to do a Q&A. Me and my friend David, he's a local here, a very knowledgeable guy. And we're going to do a Q&A on our channel. So if you guys have any questions or want to know more, we're going to be showing some clips of it as well. Did you get a chance to see the stone structure with the metal door? That's what everybody's been talking about. Everybody's been asking me about that.
I did. As a matter of fact, yeah, that was a little crazy.
Yeah, the giant stone face, that was weird.
Yeah, right next to the left of the door.
Okay, so you remember?
Yeah,
exactly. Do you remember how I told you it wants me to know more? Whatever it is, feel like it's telling me it wants to know more. You ever see the movie The Lovely Bones? Do you ever see that movie? Well,
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's something similar to that, I think.
I might have read the book.
Yeah, it was a book. Yeah. Uh-huh. But anyways, the way I heard about this was strange in itself. Is I had found some strange graffiti in one of the areas, and the graffiti was like a binary code. It looked really weird, out of place, gigantic. It was like 12 feet tall by like 15 feet. Took a lot of time to do that. Whoever did that graffiti,
But it couldn't be. It didn't. There was no message there, right?
I tried to look it up, and I think there were just so many weird symbols you couldn't put it in binary code. And I messaged a technician who's a friend of mine, and this is where it gets weird. I messaged him saying, "Hey, can you try to figure out what this thing is telling me or whatever?" And after about a week, he says, "Man, I wasn't able to figure that out. But look at this. This is a video my brother took at his construction job, and he sends me a video of them literally like 2 minutes after they dug out this strange structure. There's a stone wall, a giant totem face, probably about 5 feet tall. It's extremely out of place. And next to that, there's a giant 1,300-pound steel door that was made pre-1950. And I mean,
yeah, that door is like bomb proof.
The doors, we looked it up. The door can last a nuclear bomb. That's how strong it is. Why would you put that in the middle of nowhere? And the other thing is, only locks from the outside. It doesn't lock from the inside. It's not a bomb shelter. If it's a bomb shelter, you'd obviously put a handle and workings in the inside.
Right.
It's really out of place in the middle of nowhere out there. Why would anybody do that? And who had the capability of doing that? In the 50s, you need a crew in that area. you wouldn't be able to get heavy equipment down to that area. I don't think, it's really weird.
Huh.
Did the door, besides it like being at a place, just in the middle of nowhere, was it overkill for like, because I thought I remember seeing the walls where the door is set into, aren't they just like stacked rock with mortar?
Yeah. It's just
Okay.
like whatever rock they had around. And it looks like there's windows too. Almost like they put like breathing holes there or something like that.
Hmm.
So the theory of bomb shelter kind of goes out the window.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. And then a lot of people were saying it's a root cellar. Well, a root cellar doesn't need a nuclear door down there.
Maybe somebody just had an extra door lying around.
Sure.
You never know.
Trying to protect those carrots. Yeah. And then, well, that and then the fact that if you go inside, it's creepy as hell. It's it continued on, and we didn't have the gear to continue on with it. And the only thing I can think of, it's going to sound crazy, but I think that thing was meant to lock in something or someone. That's what I think.
That's what it sounds like.
I have no idea.
To keep whatever
I
is
think
in
so.
there in.
Mm-hmm. And then they covered it up. They sealed it up.
I agree.
Why did they seal it up? Makes no sense.
Uh-uh.
A bunch more questions than answers. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
And the video on the documentary actually shows the video that he sent me. The construction workers are scared shitless when they discover this thing. They don't even go inside. You can see the guy holding the camera's like shaking. He don't want anything to do with it.
You said they sealed it up, but how did they seal it? Like, how
Covered it in
Weld it?
dirt. I have no idea. No, they covered it. It was partially buried.
Just partially.
Partially buried, yeah. It was a construction crew that was working the area, and I guess they were clearing some ground there, and they found it and were able to clear it out a bit more. But it's creepy. And the other thing is, like, if it's a bomb shelter, root cellar, why would you put a giant
But where it's
totem
located
face?
is just crazy.
Exactly. It makes no sense being out there.
But that totem face is pretty cool.
The totem face is pretty creepy. It looks like, it's got like tattoos like on the face. It's elongated, like it's not a person. It doesn't look like a person. The nose is huge. The chin is out here. The teeth are massive. It's a really, maybe I might be able to pull it up. But it's a really creepy feature to be out there in the middle of nowhere. And I actually heard there's another one.
Really?
From a credible source. They told me there's another one, and that one, there was actually chains they found there. They found some chains there. And I've been looking for that spot like crazy, but believe it or not, shortly after all this happened, we got a military base in the small little town here. And not only is it a military base, but it's an armory. They have tanks. They got everything they need here. Okay. And they bought several plots next to them. There was a cornfield. I believe they bought that. There was a storage facility. They bought that. They put their tanks in there now. And that is a stone's throw away from the Brushy Creek. It is not far at all, which is the creepy thing. And when they got here, a lot of construction was being done in one area where a farmer used to keep his cattle. And I would drive by that area and I would see military vehicles there working, doing some type of construction. And now I drive by and it's nothing. It's clear. But there is a giant bump, like a huge hump in the ground now. I have no idea what that's for.
It covers
But
the door that goes down.
Huh.
I don't know. I have no idea. But
you talk about. Yeah, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, you're talking about that. Here in the state of Michigan, we've got lake. Well, there's several, but I know of, and this is kind of really weird. And I have my theories, and I've did some research, and Lake Superior. I live in Lower Michigan. I don't live in Upper Michigan. But if you go over to Mackinac Bridge to Lake Superior, there is south of there's Lake Superior. You know you have Lake Superior, and south of Lake Superior, just over the bridge by about 30 miles, there's what is it? A military base, right? It's an underground military base. That now here's a crazy thing though. I've heard different stories because at Lake Superior, if you like plot it on a map, there has been sightings of like UFOs that would shoot out of Lake Superior up into the sky from the lake, which has been recorded. You can see it you can find it on YouTube, or you can look it up. And also, though, there have been like, when you talk about Dogman, I've also heard things that is an underground base or stories that there was engineered creatures that they build in these bases, beneath, thousands of feet underground, where they've genetically engineered like Dogman or fighting machines. And this has been going on, I guess, since like the 50s or 60s. Now, is that true? I don't know. But, it's weird because in that area by this underground military base, which has not been disclosed by the government, there are several that have been disclosed, but there's some that have not. And, the people that I talk, I get reports or I get emails on that there's all sorts of strange, unusual creatures running about the bush. I'm not even talking Bigfoot or even Dogman, just weird-looking animals. And it begs you to wonder, what is going on in these bases, in these places, because it just opens a Pandora's box. It's like going to rabbit hole. I was not even interested in Bigfoot until I had my encounter 2.5 years ago. And now that I started doing the research, there's so many things that I come across that are believable, not believable. What do you believe? And the more I look into it, man, I think that these cases and everything that surrounds us, there's all sorts of creepy, high strangeness going on that we don't know about. And that's why to this day, I'm really enthralled on these subjects.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say for anybody else, but I really only study my area just because it's really crazy. And it is Round Rock. I saw somebody posted something. It's Round Rock. Yeah, that's where we are.
If you want to show that picture again, I put you full screen just so, yeah.
So this is can you see it? This is the picture here, and that's my buddy David for scale. There's better pictures in the documentary, but if you look at that, that is a really creepy face that was found near that area I'm telling you about. If it's a root cellar, if it's a bunker, why would you need one of those? What good does that do you?
See, now what you guys can't see is just to the right of that where he's standing is where that door is.
Let me see if I can pull that up here. Get a good picture of that one. Yeah, but if you guys can come up with an explanation for that, I'd be interested in hearing that. So this is the door here. That's my buddy David there.
It's a big ass door.
It's a big ass steel door, capable of handling a nuclear blast.
Yeah,
it's really thick.
But nothing else could.
Yeah, nothing else could. It's got. I mean, look, you can see there's a hole up there, for like a breathing hole. I don't know what the hell that is, So, I have no idea. And if you go in there, it's creepy as hell. Like I said, it's just a maze of You can go down. It goes down really deep. You can go to the side, and there's it's enough to kind of wedge yourself in, and we were there with the light, and you can see it just keeps going. There was even holes in the ceiling where a bunch of spiders were coming out. It was a bunch of spiders and other stuff. So I don't know. It was a really creepy spot, and I think to me, in my opinion, is that those underground areas here, they all connect somewhere really deep underground. That's just my opinion. But I mean, they're finding new caves every year. They're covering up new caves every year. They're building over things every year. Unfortunately, one of the areas that I filmed that with all those caves, it's been covered up. I mean, it should be a like a state treasure or one of those, you know, like a national site. It should be.
Right.
That's what
Like
I
a
think.
Carlsbad Cavern or
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But they're just cementing right over the top of it. It's sad, it's sad to see that. But that was one of the other reasons I wanted to get the documentary out, is because I couldn't let this stuff just go hidden anymore. And I wanted to get footage while the stuff was still out there. And in the video, that undercover footage, appreciate that. And the undercover footage that I think you saw, they talked to the workers as well. And the first thing he says is the guy, hey, you know, have you guys seen, it's Harryman Road. Have you guys seen anything, you know, weird or anything like that? And the guy says, no, we haven't seen anything. Well, yeah, that guy said, you know, he did see a shadow behind, like, you know, a tree or something like that. I was like, oh shit, well, let me go talk to that guy.
Oh, you confronted the construction workers.
We talked to him. Yeah, we talked to him.
Yeah.
No, and then we talked to him, and then they were speaking Spanish, and they told me they don't stay out past 6. They leave when the sun goes down. That they're always really creeped out in that area, and they told me about these different caves, and I went to and I got on film. There were a couple that I wasn't able to find, but in these caves, the guy told me that he saw animals of different colors coming out. He told me he saw a gray fox coming out. That was really weird. Gray fox in Texas. That makes sense. He said he saw blue and red lizards coming out of there, which is really weird too.
Wow.
And he's also said, he said he's seen deer go in and out of there. I was like, holy shit, it's wild. And
Wild.
he was, the workers were really creeped out about it. When I started asking questions and stuff, I was speaking Spanish to them, so I guess they were a little more comfortable. But I'm trying to think of one other thing, but it totally slipped my mind.
But no, I mean, souls. Somebody just put this in chat. Arroyo de las Animas Benditas, Creek of the Blessed Souls.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that's at.
Oh.
Totally forgot what I was going to say. But,
sorry, dude.
No, you're good. I had forgot before that.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. No, but they were all really creeped out, and like I said, I was only able to find 2 of the caves they told me about. There was other caves that I couldn't find them. Oh, and the other thing is that they told me, come back around 4. We'll be done, and I'll go show you those caves. I was all right, cool. So I showed up at 3, wanted to get there early. Nobody was there. They left already for the day. So, yeah, that was pretty strange. And I think they talked to the boss man, because the boss man was lurking around. And he didn't want to, get close to whatever. But
Wow.
well, you asked permission if you could record. You told them you were recording and everything. So that you did a good job on that, by the way.
Well, like I said, you hear about these stories all the time of like people talking to park rangers, and the park rangers, oh yeah, I've seen it. This time we have it. It's out there. And,
I approached the park ranger. He denied and denied and denied. But the last thing he said, because I asked him what's his thought on Bigfoot, and he was like, "Oh, they don't exist." But the last thing he says, he goes, "I'd like to believe they exist."
Yeah. Well,
he's a wildlife biologist.
Well, no, for me, it's like the people that are out in the field that are aware, they're willing to talk about it. It's the upper echelon that, no.
Yeah, you can't talk about that.
No, And so, and then I think you saw you saw in one of the videos, the guy literally says, "Oh yeah, this whole place is built on a fucking ancient burial ground." Like he just says it like nonchalantly, And then the other guy says, "Yeah, we saw Bigfoot." Like it's on video. You can go and look at that. It's in the documentary. And these are these are government officials that are saying that. You know, they I don't know, something weird's going on here. It's been
Yeah.
going on for a long time, and
I can't wait to
more
watch it.
recently, I actually spoke to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying I can't wait to watch it now.
Yeah. Well, the other thing was that I recently started connecting with a guy who's one of the best researchers in Texas, and he's remained anonymous just to keep his work, you know, going or whatever. And he showed me some insane stuff. He showed me a near the Brushy Creek here, a coyote that looks like it was turned inside out and tied into a knot. And you can, that's another project I'm working on. The video is actually on my page, Media Palace, The Legend of Hairy Man Road. It was tied into a knot. And I mean, how can you explain away something like that? And he actually took me to a spot right off the Hairy Man Road that I knew there was a sighting of. And he showed me a T-post, a bent T-post. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that. That's what they use for barbed wire fences, okay?
Mhm.
And it was bent like a banana. I mean, those
Yeah,
things are
those.
steel.
You can't just bend one of
No.
those things.
And to put it in there, you need a post pounder, you know, like
Yeah.
you need to pound that
Yep.
thing in the ground. If it was crooked, they wouldn't have been able to do that. And so a machine wouldn't have been able to get down there. You know, if you hit it with the sledgehammer, you're going to see marks, obviously. None of the other posts were like that. And he says that when he came down to research it, he had seen a fresh trackway at that time. And I mean, I'm inclined to believe him. I can't come up with a reason of how that post got bent that way. It's surreal. But I think what's going on here in Central Texas, it's like, well, at least in my area, it's like one of the oldest tribes or civilizations or whatever. I think it's one of the older ones, and it's all, I don't want to say thrived, but it's been able to survive here just because of the cave system and that no one's really out here looking for it, you know? But yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of creepy, weird stuff, and I'm still continuing my research. Obviously, I'd like to, you know, try to. I'm never going to get to the bottom of this, but I'd like to get close.
Keep
you know?
keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing a good job. I mean, I encourage everybody to check out, you know, The Beast of Brushy Creek. Rob, what did you have to say before we were going to get out of here in a minute?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I understand that, man. I'm gonna check your documentary too, man. A lot of great information. This will be entertaining. But going back to what you were talking about earlier, I get so mad because since I've been doing what I've been doing, I've been reaching out to our local DNR in Michigan, forest and park rangers, and all the the state parks and some of the national forests that we have. And yeah, when you get on the phone and you want to get to talk with somebody and you mention, maybe Bigfoot or you mention cryptids, they brush on you. But I'm pretty diligent. I keep calling people over and over. Doesn't exist. And then, and it's very frustrating that they just deny this because if you're a park ranger, if you're a fish and game warden, if you're in the DNR, you've seen these things. You have. I mean, I know it's one, so they give me a lot of crap when I hear this. And you can't tell me a man working for 15, 20 years and the fishing game warden has not seen anything. Well, maybe you haven't. My brother's hunted for 25 years. I've seen a Bigfoot. I get it. And that's a whole nother story because I got a story to say about that, but I'll wait for another time.
Right on.
It's just very frustrating. These people they put this under the rug. They don't acknowledge it. They call you crazy. And another point too, real briefly, missing 411. That's not reported by the DNR. That's not reported by Fish and Game. That's side people resourcing and researching to find and investigate many people. The United States government is not going to report these numbers. The numbers that you get if you watch Politis, those numbers you're not getting from the government. That's from hard, cold working and researching to get the numbers. So we're always going to be in the fog with these things. We're never going to be told what's actual and what's not. So you cannot believe our government Hey, and it's the way it is. So it takes people like, not necessarily myself, but other people, maybe like you or Eric, Moggs, Iron, whatever, whomever. We're all in this community, and that's where you get from the facts, because it's lies when you listen to government. And I'm not an anarchist, okay? I love USA, but you know what? Our government blows, and something has to be done to correct these things.
All right. Well, on that note,
I'm on my pedestal. I'm sorry.
all right.
Are
But
you-
I was
Rob,
gonna
no,
say-
Rob, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. I'm gonna drop it backstage. I'm gonna say goodnight to Eric as well here in a minute. Guys, please check out his
Can I say something real
documentary. Sure, absolutely.
Well, I was just gonna say, I jumped on here just on a whim. I'm forgetting a lot of stuff.
Oh,
I
that's
know
so
I'm forgetting
good.
a lot of stuff.
You can always come back.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, well, like I said, we're doing the Q&A on Wednesday, next Wednesday. So if you guys have any questions, I'll be prepared then. So I'll be able to, I guess, talk about it a little bit more in detail.
Oh,
I
dude,
appreciate-
yeah, absolutely,
appreciate the
man. Our door is open.
Right, I appreciate the time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Sure.
Rob,
Yeah,
thanks
looking
again.
forward to your documentary. Hey,
Right
man,
on,
no
thanks,
pleasure.
Rob.
My pleasure. Your pleasure. Great show. Great
That's my
show.
pleasure. Yeah.
And so I like your platform, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks.
Nice
Oh,
setup.
sorry, Rob.
Yep.
Eric, thanks again, man. I just got to throw you guys backstage real quick. I'll say goodbye, and I'll be back there in a minute.
Okay.
Great, thanks.
Sure.
Well, that was
That was
it turned out into it was an interesting night.
Yeah.
Absolutely, an interesting night. I want to thank everybody for popping on tonight. Eric from Media Palace, Rob, Bigfoot Michigan Rob, Atlantean Wizardry.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet you, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, get an IQ test, dude. You're over 120, I'm sure.
Way.
Well,
Whatever tested him wrong.
what he said. Well, he said, yeah.
The
The back of a cereal box is not an IQ test.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah. He was
No, when he said something about, oh yeah, I learned that in a month. I was like,
I
what?
know.
That's where I was like, yeah, check your IQ.
Yeah. Good
Well,
on his parents.
I want to thank everybody in chat for showing up tonight. You guys are awesome. Everybody who didn't show up in chat, and is watching, thanks to you as well. Jeff Townsend, what's up, man? Sorry I missed you. Jimbo, see a lot of people that I didn't get a chance to say hello to. Raphael, Meredith. But yeah, we'll be
Speaking of-
back on Tuesday. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say never mind. Some photos that you're supposed to show me.
I'm supposed to show you.
Uh-huh. That you got? No.
I'm trying to remember what the hell
Jeff.
photos.
From Jeff.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have brought that up here.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Derp.
I'll go back in the corner again.
Put that funny hat back on.
I know, right?
No,
At least once a night I gotta do that.
it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, guys, we'll be here on Tuesday, as usual. Again, thanks for coming out, and you guys have an amazing night.
Yeah.
Iron Dogger, I want to thank you so much for sitting
Thanks
in.
for having me. That
My
was a lot of
pleasure.
fun tonight. I'm glad I came on.
Yeah, met some new people. This is awesome.
Yeah.
But on that note, I want to say goodnight, everybody, and peace and God bless.